Well. We meet again. It is episode number 4 of season 2, and I am so excited to be here for another episode for ThiqueMas, baby. And this is episode Holidates. What's up, Vonjay?
What's going on? How
Yeah,
are you?
the girlies got their silk PJs on tonight. It's giving a relaxed night, some pillow chat, some good moments because I think the folks need to hear how to date around the holidays. It's given very lonely, very much a moment of don't know what to do. But tonight's episode, I'm really excited for all of the guests we have, and I'm just excited for ThiqueMas, baby.
I am too. I can't believe we're recording every week. This
Every
is
week.
interesting. That's all I can say. And then the time frame today, I really feel like it's pushing us, to make sure that we're on time, make sure we're doing things better. So I am enjoying it so far.
Yeah. For those of you who are listening or watching for the first time, we usually push out episodes every other week. So this I can show my nails this week because I got my nails done. So this week, for this month, we've been doing episodes every week for ThiqueMas, just to give you guys content, to give you guys moments. So shout out to my co-host Von J. Shout out to the team for just sticking with us, committing because this isn't easy. And we're doing a early shoot today because usually, you baby, it's late night when we get on this microphone. But the people are teaching us as we get a little seasoned. I'm not gonna say older because I guess may kill us. As we get more seasoned, you need to do things a little earlier while you're alert, or else you'll be looking like you're going to sleep like Joe Biden at the first debate. And we don't want
Mhm.
that to happen, darling. So without further ado, it is time for episode 4. And we have some great guests and some great moments. But before we get to that, we have some big announcements for this season. Um, I don't even know how I want to introduce this announcement. I like my cheeks hurt because I'm smiling so hard right now because this is exciting news.
Yeah, it's unbelievable in a sense, but we're here. I mean, it's happening. So go ahead.
You get it out. I'm gonna let you announce. I want you to announce.
Wow. Okay, so everyone, we will be doing our season finale in person in DC at New Year's. Well, the weekend of New Year's.
Yeah, I am so excited. We secured the venue last night. We will do it
Hmm.
on our first live in-person show as our season finale, just to give you a taste of where we want to go and what direction we want to go in. So for those of you who are watching and listening, if you want to come or if you will be in DC that weekend, that's January the 4th, I believe, the weekend of New Year's, let us know or keep watch of the page for how you will get a ticket because it is a very intimate moment. It's not a big crowd, so you want to be there. And might I say, it will be an episode that you don't want to miss and a networking event that you do not want to pass up. So I am just so excited that we are doing something else to take us to another level here
Yes.
at Thick Talk Podcast. And
Clock that T.
also, a lot of things happened since our last episode last week, even though it seems so frequent. Baby
Correct.
shower,
Yes.
birthdays. We actually got to see each
Yes.
other last weekend in Charlotte.
For about 4 hours, 5 hours,
Couple of hours.
about seven, max eight.
Yeah.
But yeah, last weekend was not. It was fine. It was good. I had a jam packed weekend. I got off of work Friday, straight to DC. Clock in to Uncle Duty's for a baby shower. Um, then Saturday was the baby shower. Then I had to come back home to get ready to go to Charlotte. Ended up driving to Charlotte on Sunday for Quisha's birthday. I missed Saturday
Yes.
night.
Shout
How
out
was
to our
Boochella?
support.
Tell me, how was the Boochella, baby?
So
Because
I'm
that's what I
gonna
was so upset I missed
say,
about.
mm, okay, so Boochella was Lil Boosie with the orchestra. Now, I'm not a Boosie fan.
Hmm.
For multiple reasons. One, if you know me, I just don't listen to that type of music. Never have. So that's number one. Number two, I it's hard for me to support Boosie with his views. Not even just his views. Let me take that back. It's not his views because everybody can have their own opinion. His dialect and his outward expressions of how he feels about the queer community sometimes, if not all, is very, very abrasive and very homophobic phobic, if we want to say, or the hetero pro hetero, and it just never makes sense. Like we was at the Buchella, and shout out to Charlotte because the people were dressed up. It was a sneaker ball. The people had on their fits. It was nice.
Hmm.
But number one, Boosie, when you started doing two red bones kissing in the back seat, it really put in perspective that most people that are homophobic be so like double standard
Oh,
that
for
you
sure.
whole song and promote bisexual and lesbian behavior, but then your daughter is a lesbian and you don't know how to take that. Number two, I thoroughly enjoyed the crowd energy. I like feeling the crowd, and it was a good, not too ratchet, but just enough ratchet time.
Right.
But unfortunately, the people were there for a good time, not a long time. So a lot of Charlotte was pissed off because Boosie, you hit the stage at 9:05 and it started at 8 o'clock, and you kindly walked off at 9:40, and then came back and gave them people less than 10 minutes of a reprise. So overall, if I had to rate it, it will be a 7, only because I did enjoy myself. I can't lie. I enjoyed being with my
Hmm.
sisters and just having a good time. Would I do it again? Probably not for Boosie, but I would love to go to one of those with an R&B artist because
Yeah.
music will be crazy.
Yeah, I seen a couple of y'all videos, and it looked like it was a good time. I think people enjoyed themselves for the the short time that they did have. I think for me, it was the band being a little bit loud over the like actual symphony. I was like not the band, but
Mm,
the drums. The drums were very loud in the
yeah,
videos. I'm not sure if that's how it felt in person, but
I
the
know that's
drums
how
was
it
very
was.
loud, and you couldn't really get into like the aesthetic of the symphony. But yeah, other than that, I could hear the undertone of the symphony, and it sounded really good. So I'm sure y'all had a good time. And I feel like with the ratchet part, I feel like when you have to dress up, that kind of like weeds out some of the people that are gonna come in to be a little more on the ratchet side. But yeah, it looked like it was a good event.
Yeah, it was. How was the baby shower?
The baby shower was great. My friend looked beautiful. Everything came together nicely. So I feel like
Okay.
it was a great event. They put on a good event, and we ended up Nia ended up winning the money. So they did like a 50-50 raffle. So basically like
Okay.
for the baby's first deposit for their piggy bank. Such a cute little thing to do to give money to the baby for their first deposit. And Nia ended up winning, and she just told her to keep all of the money basically. And it was a cute little, way to
Oh,
give a little extra on top of
nice.
what we already gave as gifts. But yeah, it was fun. It was fun. And that
Okay.
leads us to Sunday when we were able to actually see each other.
Quisha's
Um,
birthday.
Quisha's birthday,
Yes.
her birthday dinner. We went to Fume
Ume.
in
Hmm.
Charlotte, black owned restaurant, really nice. The food was good. The vibes was okay, very good for a cutesy for a Sunday night. Um, I thoroughly enjoyed my food. I don't know if you enjoyed your food or not, but I had
I
got
did. I had wings and a salad.
hmm the girls were being very cutesy. Um, I ordered a steak and it was actually really good. Of course, they could have been a little bit more on the seasoning, but we're just a little more very southern when it comes to certain things. So, but other than that, I think it was really good. And then we headed on over. Oh, we went to Evasion first. Evasion was cute, free shots, all that
Look
stuff.
at you ready to tell.
But then we headed on over to TJ Stomping Grounds, the Woodshed.
I'm glad
The
you said
Woodshed was
TJ, not
cute.
Chanel.
For a Sunday night, I feel like it gave very much karaoke R&B. It was a little vibe. I feel like if there was a few more people in there, it would have been like really cutesy.
Yeah.
Um, but speaking of Woodshed, right? Um, somebody got something they want to tell y'all. Matter of fact, I should have did what I said I was gonna do by bringing the person on here to tell the tea. But he got something to tell y'all about how he was acting in Woodshed
What
on
I got
that
to
Saturday.
say?
Oh, you don't have
What
anything
I
you want to
got
say?
to
Okay,
say?
well, let's go to the next topic.
No, ain't nothing happened. Ain't
Hmm,
nothing happened in the woodshed. The
hmm,
wood, and for those of you who are watching and listening, like, what the hell is the woodshed? Child, the
hmm.
woodshed is like the North Carolina version of Bulldogs
Bulldogs.
and Nellies and Crockett's and that neighborhood country bar feel. But woodshed actually does have a tin roof and it looks like a woodshed.
Mm-hmm.
However, the girls have made it a premier black spot here in Charlotte for the gays. So people just want to tell my business that I was kissing somebody on Saturday night.
Oh,
But I'm single, and our guest host tonight They will tell you when you single, you live your best life. Okay, you don't need to be tied down until they put a ring on it. So if somebody's lips was feeling good, that's what it gave.
That's not
Don't
even what I
ask
was
me
going to
what
tell the people,
was.
but I'm glad you spilled the beans.
What you gonna say?
Next game.
I'm gagged. But yes, we've had an eventful weekend and an eventful week. But it is time for the episode of tonight. And shout out to the production for this Christmas background. It is so nice, but it just makes you think about one of them songs that make me just really get in the mood for the season as a single person. Do we have my song ready? Because they need to hear it. To the Lonely Do.
What do they do?
I went to a I told y'all about Friendsgiving, child. We went to Friends,
Mm.
and baby, it was couples down and love my friends down. But I said, "Woo, this made me feel lonely for the holidays." And now I'm going to a Christmas party with my family tomorrow, and it's just gonna be another interesting time. See everybody with their little boos and boys and stuff like that. I'll be over there with my grandma. That's what we do. She a
And
widow.
me.
Oh, and Vaughn will be there. But Vaughn, we haven't talked about this yet, but you're dating, but we'll talk about that later when Lamont comes up, actually. Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh.
We're not ready for that
So,
yet. But no, speaking of that, like lonely and that part, I just wanted to say that TJ forgot about me just now, but he know I'm his permanent plus one for his family events. Child. They, when I tell you, they don't even give him a chance to say, "Oh, I'm bringing such and such and such." Oh, Vaughn, you're plus one.
my friends are dating, so I cannot always rely on them to be there as my plus one. Let's be fair. Let's be fair. But
Very
no,
fair.
in lieu of ThiqueMas and in lieu of tonight's episode, we do have a thick tale of the week. We would not forget. And this thick tale of the week is called the Holiday spritzer, darling. And it contains a little bit of wine, it's a little bit of cranberry, it's a little bit of your club soda. And if you're like me, I did spike it just a little bit with a little extra oomph, just to give it a little push, you know. But shout out to the holiday spritzer. And I want to make this toast, my co-host, to our grand finale show in Washington, D.C. in Logan Circle. January the 4th, darling. It should be a time.
Yes, it shall.
Salute,
Cheers.
cheers. Mm, mm.
Girl, I've been trying
A
not
little
to drink,
strong, a little
but
stronger than
I
I
need a
expected.
little. I need a little something, something.
A little stronger
Hmm.
than I expected. Shout out to the spritzes.
That's
Shout out
because
to
you
you.
added that extra oomph, child. Mine is very regular, as it should
Mm.
be.
Well, nothing's regular about what we're about to talk about. We're gonna switch it up
Mm-mm.
tonight, and we're gonna start with some thick topics to get
Yes.
tonight going. We're gonna shoot through these thick topics just like last time, but baby, some of these things need to be discussed. Okay,
Child.
Vaughn, you want us to lead us into your first nasty topic?
So this is something that I seen on Instagram the other day, and it was very interesting to me. So it came up to me on the Shade Room, and they had like a video of her like talking about the experience. And as she was talking about the experience, she was getting very emotional and stuff. But anyway, the topic is Lily Phillips sleeps with 101 men in 24 hours. No, why does that say 1,000 men? It's not 1,000 men. 101 men in 24 hours. And basically, she said like, the experience wasn't as great as she thought it was gonna be. I don't know how great she thought it was gonna be because she really didn't even get this. She said she doesn't remember majority of their faces. That's how fast everything was happening. And she got a little emotional as she was talking about it, and she was like, it's not for the weak and this, that, and the third. But I'm like, baby, I don't know what kind of record you was trying to set or what made you think that that was a good idea. But baby, you should have left them. You should have got up and left once you started feeling a little delirious, honey. Actually, she should have
Did
never
you
even
say
did it.
101
But
men?
101 minutes, 24 hours. Yes.
It's some stuff I leave to certain people, and some people, when I mean certain people, them people, those people, them people, it's what I'm talking about. Because why was this an accomplishment?
Why? And also, I just feel like this is something that we
101.
deal
So the
with.
last person did 100. Let me guess.
Listen, my girl said, "Look, I got a goal and I'm trying to accomplish it, child." She had only ate once that day. It was a lot. Like she didn't even remember.
Um,
It was a lot. She didn't remember what she
well, she was
ate.
taking two at the same
I don't
time.
know how many she was taking at one time, but the girl
I
said
mean,
she
she did
hadn't ate all
101 in
day.
24 hours. That's 4 men per hour on
Yeah,
average.
on average, and hopefully, that everything
Well,
happens within that time frame.
she got some competition because remember that boy, the queer boy from Twitter that be at the like Red Roof Inn and stuff, and he be like he took like 80 loads in a day or something like that. You never seen it on Twitter?
No,
We'll talk about it offline, child. I know
yeah,
I'm not the only one to know about this. I'll have to ask our co-host that they heard this later
yeah.
because
That's
and he's
interesting.
Latino.
Yeah, and I don't want to slut shame or anything. Do as you please. The girls are very sexually fluid these days. So I mean, have at it. I feel like this also affects how we date nowadays, because everything is just so sexually forward when in the dating process. So, what do you think about that? Like, how is that affecting our dating life? TJ? How do you think? What do you think?
It ain't affecting my dating life because I'm not trying to sleep with 101 men and then one day. I'm trying to sleep with one man, one day, one night, every night for a long time. Now when we go, you know my rules when we go out of the country and stuff, I can do a little play around. But we
Hmm.
ain't doing it too much locally. But it ain't affecting my dating life. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Thanks.
Well, I'm a virgin, so it doesn't affect me either. So
All right.
I just
Speaking of
want to.
liars and virgins, another hot topic we have on tonight is Miss Remy Ma and Papoose. Baby, if you are not aware, these two got married when she got out the pen and all this other stuff. It was such a beautiful ceremony. And they look so good, and everybody was
They
posting.
did.
See, that's why you gotta be careful about relationship goals when y'all be hashtag relationship goals. Because
Hmm.
these are y'all relationship goals. But if you did not know, as of like 3 this morning, honey, Miss Remy Ma decided to just let it all hang out. And she let us all know that Papoose was dating this
Clarissa Shields.
fighter. What's her name?
Clarissa Shields. She's an Olympic
She's a
fighter or
fighter,
something.
right?
Olympic boxer.
She's
Yeah.
a fighter. And Rima just put Papoose out there that, he been talking to this girl and how stupid he is for talking to her and leaving his phone out. And he's the villain, she's not. For those of you who don't know, it's been allegedly that she has been cheating for a very long time. Well, not allegedly. We saw her with another man a couple of times at games and events, and Papoose still went around. Papoose then came back and fired back today and said, Remy, everybody knows you've been cheating. I've been asked for the divorce. You don't want to give it. So that's why we're still here. They have to stay in the same home because some states, some about the laws, child, I can't keep up. That's why I ain't getting married to no fish, at least. No shade to the women out there. But he basically put it out there. She's been cheating, and he literally named an instance where they were together, but she was cheating with another man. While she was with the other man, he was at home with their daughter, and so whew, that really struck a nerve. So after that, honey, Miss Remy Ma came back with more. Just like she was upset, she was like, "Papoose, let's be real. You remember when we were supposed to get the pool done and we couldn't get the pool done because you was abusing me up in the garage and all this other stuff." It's just been a lot between Miss Remy Ma and Papoose today. And I'm gonna tell you from my conclusion, and I know Vaughn gonna have a different one because the girls are Remy Ma fans, and I'm not mad at it. I'm gonna tell you what I got from him. Women can be narcissists too, and it's given
Hmm.
narcissistic behavior. She does have a movie. She does have a movie coming out in the next 2 weeks. So some people don't know if that's the reason why. Um, And apparently, new news just came in. Thanks, production. Remy Ma's side boo, the block says Papoose knew about their affairs 2 years ago after bugging Remy's car and claims Papoose sucker punched him and ran away. Now, the reason why this is important is because Papoose stated earlier that when he approached Remy Ma's little side boyfriend, Remy Ma's side boyfriend didn't do nothing. He got knocked out, and Remy Ma had to wake him up and took him home and stayed with her side man for 4 days. That was all alleged. So this is interesting. That's interesting. That's interesting. That's all I'm saying. Nobody's
Hmm.
denied that Remy Ma cheated 1,000 times. Nobody has denied that all day. Even Miss Kaya got in there in the conversation and did not deny it. What you got to say?
Honestly, I have nothing to say. I think we go to the next topic. It's like, no, I think. as a fellow Gemini, as well as Remy Ma is, I think that she just had enough. I think that it was nearing the end, and she was like, okay, the people are thinking that I'm out here cheating the whole time. We're not even together. That's how I feel about it. I don't think it was a thing of her just cheating and him just being in the house. I think it was a thing of they both agreed that this is what they were going to do, but they hadn't took the proper steps to actually divorcing, moving out, all of that stuff. So I think it looks worse than what it really is. I think it's really just one of those cases where they literally are just done with each other, but they have not filed the litigations and stuff like that. That's what I think personally. But
But if they
I'm
done,
Team
why would
Remy
she
on
make that
this,
post?
huh?
But if they done, why would she make that post? Is my question.
I feel like I think that she just had enough of everybody thinking that she's the bad guy over here cheating while Papoose is at home taking care of the child, whatever that looks like. That's what I think personally. I
No,
feel like she
and
just
I don't
wanted to
negate
put
that.
something out there to show that he is cheating as well. Oh, he's doing his thing
But
as
they're not
well.
cheating.
That's what I think.
But
Technically, they are. They're still married, but
we're saying in one breath that you're saying one breath. Your theory is that they're not together, but together.
Mhm.
So they live in the same home, but they're not together, right? The boo Remy Ma's boo thing said, "Oh, this affair has been going on for 2+ years." So now the allegations of Remy Ma having these side men is now actually true during the full marriage. So now that, hey, Miss Remy, you've done your playing, and Papu said, "I'm done with you." You cannot go up here trying to expose this man for having a girlfriend.
I don't think
It
that's the
just doesn't.
case, though. I don't think it was him saying he's done with her. I think they've been agreed that it's done and over with a while ago. I don't think that it's just happening.
two
I
years
think
ago,
that even if it's 2 years ago, I don't care how long ago it was. I'm just
oh,
saying, I
please,
think she's just trying
the
to put
lady's
something
a
out there
cheater.
to show that he as well has been doing his own thing. And I think that, valid. If that's how you feel, sis, you want everybody to know I'm not the only person over here getting my rocks off. He is as well. Then do as you please. That's your
Y'all
relationship.
can never say
Y'all
a
figure it
woman
out
is
how y'all
gay.
want to
That's
do it. But
wrong.
some people fight fire with fire. I just would have
And
took
he
the high
did.
road. Amen. But to each her own. I feel like she did what she had to do, and I feel like it's in the public eye now. Everybody has a way to look, was able to look at Papoose in a different light. Everybody felt like he was such a savior. He held her down,
He
blase,
still
blase.
is.
I don't think so. How was he a savior?
What did he
How was
do
he saving
wrong?
anything?
What did he do wrong?
I, cheated. Everybody
Cheated
cheating.
when? Cheating
Everybody cheating.
when?
Everybody cheating.
No, that is not how that works.
Everybody
If
cheating.
you
She
are
said that
married,
he had
if,
several women that
if
he's talking to.
she has yet to
She was
prove
not
it.
the only one.
She has yet to
That's
prove
neither here
it.
nor there. But I'm going by what she
But
said.
what
What
is
the
proven
proof
is she
that
had
we
this boyfriend for
have.
2 years.
The proof that we have is what she said. He versus she, and I'm team she. So she said
Y'all gotta
that. That's
stop
what it
this.
is.
That woman shot somebody over $1,000. Come on now,
Uh
we know how
huh.
petty she is.
Mm-hmm.
Let's be
That's
real.
why I just hope Clarissa is ready for whatever comes after this. Well, she over there talking about she gonna punch
I hope
somebody.
Remy ready for whatever she did too. I hope she got a
Mm-hmm.
prenup.
I don't know. I hope she did too because she said she's been paying for everything. So I hope she got a prenup. But if she don't,
That's
then
what baby
that's
said. She
a dumb
hope she
thing on her
got.
part. That's probably why she ain't signed them papers, honey. She ain't got no divorce. No prenup. Locked in place with her crazy self.
That's a good point. And then to close this out, Clarissa's boyfriend, ex-boyfriend, I'm sorry, they both made it clear towards the evening because he posted earlier about Clarissa, her former fiance. Um, but then they both cleared up this evening via Twitter that they have not been together since July. Apparently, Papoose and her started talking towards the fall. That's why the messages, because even the messages that she released, it gave very early stage dating. It didn't give like, oh, y'all trying to get married. It just gave like, oh, girl, you think this man right to really show you some time. So that's what made it weird to me. I'm like, girl, even if you really just showing us messages of him talking to another girl. And girl, we
I
see you
think
at a
the
whole
point was
basketball
to
game with a
show
whole
that
man 2 years
there was
ago.
a lack of conversation. It was more so her behalf pleading for, it looked like she was pleading for to spend time with
But
him. That's what it looks
you've
like
done, yeah,
from the public eye. You know what I'm saying? From a naked eye of not
yeah.
seeing anything else. It just looks like she's trying to get with my man. Like she's trying to spend more time with him. Blase, blase. I think that was her approach and the reasoning that she did that. Of course, there's other text messages
Poor
probably that
thing.
he responded and made her feel like her concerns, were valid.
It's
So
just like a
I
Facebook
think,
drama.
it's just a mess. I think that, first of all, we're too old for to still be
They're
doing
too
all of this
old.
stuff. Especially, I too, I feel like I wouldn't go to Instagram or social media to, go back and forth with my man. It is what it is. If
Mhm.
if we're done and things are stopping, then we're just gonna stop them. I don't feel like I need to let everybody see the back
Yeah.
and forth. I mean, at the end of the day, they'll see when I take pictures down and stuff like that. But other than that, I don't think I'll go back and forth with no man over no dag on social media. That's just not me.
Well,
Not doing
speaking of back and forth on social media with the man, there's been a lot of back and forth between two men, or shall I say, their representatives of men this week. And it has been an explosive hot topic as we close out our hot topic section for Thick Topics. Jay-Z Carter. Jay-Z Carter. They finally tried to get my boy.
it. They
But
try.
the Lord told us that the weapon may form, but it shall not prosper. Because on this week, we were acknowledged that Jay Z has a lawsuit against him from the same what's the word I'm looking for
Jane Doe.
uh, Jane Doe, perfect. Jane Doe from the Diddy accusations. Now this person is saying, okay, now I'm reading this verbatim, so bear with me. Um, he was involved in sexually assaulting her at when she was 13 years old at an after party at the 2000 MTV Video Music Awards. The plaintiff alleged that both Jay-Z and Sean Diddy Combs drugged and assaulted her. The case is connected to a broader accusations for Sean P. Diddy Combs. Jay-Z, of course, denies the allegations, and he also calls them very heinous, inhumane, and he is not guilty of these things. Jay-Z also has had his lawyer release a lot of information. We learned this week. Let me hold on. Let me just tell you about the story real quick. The story is she was 13. She said she got dropped off by a friend. Now this is 2000. Now everybody don't have cars. It's not us. It's let's go back to 2000. Most of us is probably children, and our aunts and uncles barely could afford a car or patent Turner they was walking on in 2000. So you were a 13-year-old girl. Somebody dropped you off in New York City, which implies you didn't live there. They dropped you off in New York City at the VMAs. You said you wanted to get in the VMAs, but you couldn't. The driver tells you then, hey, I can't get you in the VMAs. Might get you to Diddy's after party. You then somehow magically rode a broom or carpet because we never know. We never figured out how you got to the after party. You got to the after party. You say you then drunk alcohol. You were possibly drugged. You woke up and Diddy and Jay-Z were taking turns along with another mystery woman that was in the corner setting up somebody else to get accused. Is what they're doing. To they were taking turns. You somehow fought these grown adults off of you. Called your father, who had no clue where you were because you said you snuck off. So these people have no clue where you were till the wee hours of the morning. At 13, you call him, he comes and gets you, and nobody says anything until 24 years later. Nobody know, and keep in mind, nobody can do any research on who these people are because they are Jane Doe's. So Jay Z's lawyer has come out like, "Hey, these people need to reveal themselves. They're making some very big accusations. At this point, we need to see who they are because my client's not guilty. Y'all have come to us already trying to mitigate. Lesson here. People trying to mitigate mean they wanted money. She's not even looking for criminal charges, which you still can do for this crime in New York City. She doesn't want criminal charges. She's looking for money. And JD said, we already told y'all no. We've already told y'all leave us alone. So now her attorney is saying, and her attorney is saying, look, y'all have been harassing us, telling us to drop this boo, boo, boo. All in a nutshell, this has put a big uproar in the community. Different from the P. Diddy thing, not because it's Jay-Z, in my opinion. I think because, for one, we are tired of hearing it because the stories are so similar at this point. Number two, the stories don't make sense. You telling me all these radical stories only happen to black wealthy men at this point. Number three, we don't know who the person is. Baby, where's your father at to pick you up that night? Where's the driver at that you met? Who was the friend that you were 13? What friend dropped you off at the VMAs and you were 13?
Correct.
So
Correct.
all of these came out and people are rallying behind Jay-Z and people are like, well, wait, maybe some of this stuff isn't true. So it has been a busy week for
Yeah,
Mr. Carter, but they look so good at the Mufasa premiere
they did.
with Beyonce, Jay-Z, Blue, and Mama Carter. And I thought this is a perfect example of when y'all see the Tyler Perry movies play out in real life because they look like a uniform family of power, honey. And Miss Tina on the end, she said, play with them if you want to. She gonna
Okay.
put Tabitha on y'all. So
Listen.
what a topic. That's all I got to say about that.
Yeah, what a topic. I think that, like you said, it's just one of those things where it's like, what are y'all doing trying to dismantle the black men that are within the, that has a power factor to them? Like, are y'all trying to like take away their power? What are y'all trying to do? But yeah, I mean, listen, it's a lot. I think that, at this point, if these people are making up these allegations and it's not true, I feel like they're also invalidating the stories of the other people that have come forward, in allegations for a different, for something else different, but kind of tied all together. So I just know I just think that people just need to be cautious in how they approach these situations, and I think that's why they went in as a Jane Doe and not as a real person. Because the Beehive don't play, honey. They was gonna find you, okay, and figure out who
They're
you
still gonna
are.
find
But
them.
and I'm sure they will. But yeah, I just think that that's it's just not something to play with. So I hope that this is, if this is real, I hope that whatever they want they can get. But if it's not, I really hope that it teaches a lesson to people that you should not be out here starting rumors about people just because they are wealthy and you want some coin. I know we're in times where people are desperate and need a little coin, honey. It's Christmas, honey. Everything gets
It's
sky
evil.
high. It's too much, So I just hope that they learn from it. So we shall see how this play
Yeah,
out. We'll
we
report back
shall.
when we hear some more
And for the
stuff.
record, I stand with Jay-Z. So mind your business.
I
All right.
am gonna stay neutral on this one.
Have at it. I'm never scared. Y'all finna be president as a 30-time convicted felon with sexual liability, and half of the people here point at sexual predators. Go ahead somewhere with that. All right.
Clock it.
Anyway, let me calm down. Because our guests tonight, they get right hostile too when we start talking about that. Anyway, without further ado, we do want to get into tonight's topics with holidays and information. So we have two guests tonight that we are so excited to have. I'm going to let Vaughn introduce the first one, and then I will introduce the second. But I'm excited for this conversation, talking about dating and getting a different perspective because we're so younger in
And
this.
also
And
new kind of in a sense, I mean,
now,
haven't really. I mean, I feel like we've dated, but have we like dated?
oh, you mean dating? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
New and dating, but
Hmm.
not new together. Yeah, no, not new
Oh no, no,
together.
no, for sure not.
But I'll
But
let you
without
introduce the first guest.
okay, so this first guest, of course, is very special to us, as you know. Um, this is our first special guest for the night. We have tonight. The reason we are sitting here today, basically, I mean, this podcast started from the after show of his show. So he actually joined us last season for the podcast. He is known as the gay dating coach, and there is no other like him, from hosting your Shoot Your Shot Wednesday to speed dating events to just being an advocate for all LGBTQ voices. This man is truly special to all his shooters and not just us. And after this short video, he will be joining us as to the stage. So we will welcome him after this short little video. Tevin, could you cue that for us, please?
Ladies and gentlemen, you have just had a 101 on how to gag the bag.
On Instagram, ain't it?
And it protected me from being rejected in a relationship. Wow. Okay, nails. I see the nails.
Hey guys,
Welcome, Lamont White, to the stage. How are you?
I'm doing great. Listen, I love that video. I need to send y'all an updated one.
Yes.
That's a throwback one.
Please.
Time for a new one. Yes.
Please
Welcome
do.
back.
Thank you. I'm happy to be back, and I got my pajamas on and my little specialty cocktail with y'all.
Oh, salute.
Yes.
Welcome.
Yes.
Well, we're excited to have you tonight. And our second guest, who's going to compliment us tonight, is from New Orleans. I'm a recent fan of his. I'll say fan because I don't mind saying it. He has a podcast with his co-host called the Uncles NOLA. I always say of NOLA, but the Uncles NOLA. So it's a podcast perspective from older, more seasoned gentlemen in the community and in New Orleans that gives us, when I say their conversations get interesting, it does. And I like this person the most because, baby, he does not mind saying feel. He love a good political moment. And he does not mind saying how sexy he is, how good he looked. He is recently on the season 3 of For the Love of Dilfs. Now, I got to watch this show. I'm just now learning about this show. So I'm got to really get into it.
Yeah.
But really into sex positivity and health advocacy. But after we see this video preview from For the Love of Dilfs, we'll introduce and welcome to the stage Mr. Black Foxx from the Uncles NOLA podcast. Cue it up.
Hey, I'm Daddy Fox from New Orleans, Louisiana, home of Mardi Gras, Lil Wayne, Harry Connick Jr., Tank and a Banger, and guess who else? Stormy Daniels. Ha! Wow, this is nice. I'm a daddy, like it's a father, then I'm a granddaddy, but the best part is, I'm a dad. In my mind, I'm a top chef. I can feed you and fuck you.
Right after the water ran clear? Fuck me before dinner, you monster!
I love the raw, somebody that knows how to turn up and have a good time, you know, is very extra in their personality. That's just a big turn on for me.
Let's welcome to the stage Mr. Black Foxx.
Welcome.
Let me take you off, get you on mute. I got you.
Okay.
There we go.
There you go.
Hello.
Welcome. How you
Welcome.
feeling?
I'm great. I'm excited to be here.
Yes,
We're
welcome to
excited to have
ThiqueTail.
you. And we are so sorry to give the people a real aspect. Fox is in New Orleans, and we were inviting our guests tonight. We just totally forgot that everybody's not on East Coast time. So shout out to you for just making it work, hustling and bustling, getting on here as fast as possible. So thank you for that.
Yes,
Oh, no problem.
we appreciate you.
Well, welcome as we do always. I want to just say cheers to all of our guest hosts as we get ready to dive into some fun conversation here quick for our episode. But
Yes.
happy holidays, and I hope you guys have had a great week. We have a very special topic to talk about tonight, and that topic is going to be about dating and maneuvering the holidays, which can be very interesting because it's not the same as it used to be dating, and we're adding the factor of doing it during the season that everybody think everybody should get a gift or you should have a kiss under the mistletoe. So to introduce this topic and to introduce the energy for this topic, we have a short clip from Etsy that I really enjoyed this commercial because it really means a lot to the holidays. It's a moment where we are seen as Black queer men, not just as comedians or sexual beings, but as a part of the family. So, production, can we cue this video to get the conversation started?
I love you.
Oh my God, you mean it? Hey, Shirley, I thought y'all got lost or something. Darling, did you put some hair in the oil? Oh,
we didn't forget about you. Welcome to the family.
Thank you. Wow. I love it.
Yes, you better have your daddy give your man a Christmas gift.
Okay.
Oh my God. I think that commercial came out like 2020, and I just fell in love with Etsy after that for doing that. It was just so, gave me hope that I would meet somebody that their family would do that.
That was sweet.
Very.
But no, some questions that people have been asking us about this topic is just around a lot of things. I think the biggest question we can start this conversation is, when you're dating for the holidays, what are some do's and don'ts that y'all really believe in? And when I say dating, this is very surface level dating.
I guess it really, as a dating coach, it really depends on how you define dating. Because if you all are just talking, just kicking it, there should be no expectation of spending time together, giving gifts, sending anything like a lump of coal, none of that type of stuff whatsoever. But like if you're dating intentionally, trying to woo the person, I don't care if y'all been dating for 2 weeks or 12 months, a gift is required. If you're dating intentionally, a gift is required. A visit or a call, a FaceTime on the holiday is 100% like you have to do that. Like other than that, you just a side piece and you just talking and they're not interested.
Love to hear it. My friends just told me that I'm moving too fast because I'm trying to send a little gift for Christmas. But I mean,
a little gift can be something that's $25.
Correct. Like some flowers, anything. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, something small
Yeah.
and thoughtful.
Just to acknowledge the holiday. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Don't send it with the expectation of anything back, though, if y'all
of course.
serious. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Is there such thing as too large of a gift to give?
Absolutely. A trip to like overseas and y'all just been talking for about 2 weeks. What does that person like? No, that's too much. That's too much. It's too much.
Look at Fox like.
Well, I was not thinking how long we were together before we went overseas. It was like July, so it's like 5-6 months. About 6 months.
Okay.
6-7 months.
Yeah,
that's not bad.
Well, talking about moving fast, I moved in with my husband after 5 months. So, so like we're borderline lesbians. Like
I was gonna say, it's giving heavy lesbianism.
5 months
and all. Yes.
Wow.
Who initiated that?
Me.
I didn't expect you to be that person. Wow.
10 years later, yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I never heard about you and your husband.
Mm-hmm.
Things get worse and worse by the moment. Now I got to move in with somebody in 5 months.
Look, you know.
Yeah.
So you knew immediately that he checked all the boxes immediately.
After like 2 months of dating, I was like, okay, this is serious. Like, let me investigate some more. After 5 months, I was like, hey, why don't you're always over here, or I'm always over at your house. Why don't you get rid of that place and just move on here with me? He was like, sure, why not?
Wow.
It's
just 5 months. I'm just trying to think, like, how well would I know somebody in 5 months? Like, did you ever have a moment when y'all first moved together where you was like, damn, I shouldn't have did this?
No.
Wow.
Yeah.
What type of time were y'all spending together consistently or regularly? Like,
so first, like when I'm all in my business. So first, when we first started kicking it, he was literally just like a random hookup. Like he would come over like once or twice a week. We would have something to drink, wrestle naked, and then goodbye, I'll see you, right? And then after like maybe about 2 months, I'm like, hey, do you want to go on a date? Started to get to know each other a lot more. And then we were spending like 3-4 days a week together. Yeah.
Wow. Mm-hmm. So you are like an initiator of a lot of things.
Hello. If you know, I think the problem is guys feel like if they do too much, they come across as being thirsty. Mm-hmm. And one of the things about my love language is acts of service and quality time. So if a person is showing up for me, meeting my love language, then why am I going to let them go? Like we're spending time together. It's quality. He would put gas in my car. Like he would do like little things. I would iron his clothes in the morning. Like these are things that we did for each other in the dating phase.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all like, what?
No, I get it. I'm actually there with you because that's how I am. I just believe that my love language is the same thing. Like I am a giver by nature, so I'm a nurturer by nature as well. So that's the energy that I give off. So that's how I am. Sometimes it's out the gate. It's just how I'm feeling about that person. If I'm energy, and it's always not with an expectation of anything back, but that's just how I am. Now I pay attention to how you receive it. And if you appreciate it, that lets me know how do I continue or do I pull back?
Right. Yeah. And you want to try to impress each other. You want to make sure you make each other feel special. And if that's going back and forth like a tennis match, then why not take it to the next level?
Yes.
That's beautiful.
It sounds so rare. And even listening, it sounds so rare because
Really?
my friends tell me all the time I have BDE. And for those of you who are watching and listening, BDE is big bang energy. Okay. And that's, I guess they said it because when I meet a person, like you said, I believe it's showing it. So, whether that is while we're on a date, get you a gift, or make sure you got something for lunch the next week just to say, hey, thought about you. Nice gesture. Send them in flowers and things. But people believe that does not match for me because I am a very submissive person. So they like, you give this energy and then you wonder why you get people that are like not dominant or not the person that's assertive for you, because you are now giving, in layman's terms, I'd be acting like a top and I'm not a top. That's what they be trying to say. But I'd be like, I just want to show love. Like, why can't I just show love? But people don't do that.
No, yeah, definitely be yourself, but you give him room to woo you as well. So it's okay to, I'm not planning this next date. Let him plan the next date. Like, let him be able to, I guess, show up like a top, right? And give you that top energy that you might want.
Yeah, but I feel like people just don't know how to reciprocate. Like, and that's another thing that I feel like is kind of a shifter with today's dating. I feel like people, just are willing to take as much as you're gonna give. And like you said, Fox, you have to just notate in your head, like, okay, when it's giving, just taking and not giving back. So, but I think that because it's not reciprocated, is a lot of times it's like, okay, well, what do I do? Do I just keep doing it because I love to do it, or how do we go forward? Yeah.
No, you tell the person, I like flowers. I like for guys to plan dates for me. I like to cuddle. Like, you tell him what you like and you desire, and you give him the opportunity to do it. And if he consistently does not do that, you have enough information to cut that shit off and say, hey, we're not compatible.
But the D is so good, Lamont. Jesus, like, no.
That would do anything for the D. That would do anything. You will settle for some good D, but he doesn't treat you the way that you want.
That's true.
That's true. Very true.
I'm glad I got delivered from that spirit. It was on me bad. It was on me bad. And then I realized that, hey, this ain't going nowhere, boo. And
so just keep you with a worn out hole and a lonely heart. Like,
yeah.
That's it.
When they start asking for cash apps for their baby diapers, you got to put a stop to it.
No, seriously. It gets to a point where it's like asking for cash apps that ain't even like said hey for the day. And that's crazy. I think that it's absolutely ludicrous.
A lonely heart.
They
need to put that in the end of a song. A worn out hole and a lonely heart. Don't end up like that. Oh, somebody wants to know, what is wrestling naked? Is
we
that
were
side act?
We were smashing
the horizontal tango.
People are trying to figure out, was it for real wrestler, or was it that new side stuff? Because our guest last week, we had to educate her on what a side was.
No, we didn't do no side action.
Spoil on.
Wait, do y'all even subscribe to the side thing? You and Fox?
Look, I'm still. I've seen it posted online, and I haven't had the energy to ask anyone exactly what it is. And normally I keep up with those things, but I just didn't have the energy because I was like,
Yeah, sides exist. There are guys who don't like penetration and they want to do everything else except penetration. They exist. They exist.
Well, see, it's just the name side that just kind of, because somebody posted it, I said, well, what, the left or the right side? Because that's what I said, well, what, the left or the right side? There was no breakdown of it. Okay, right side, yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm fine with that. Yeah, but I mean, that happens regularly, sometimes we just want to, it's going to lick. Everything don't have to be about a stick, we just, I'm always here for that,
No, that's right. But no, seriously, some of our viewers and listeners did have some questions. And one of these questions really stood out to me because I never really ask this question to anybody with more experience, but the question is, how do you show up dating someone that is possibly grieving during the holidays? It's question was important for me because this year I did lose my dad in the earlier part of this year, and as I approach the holidays, I do have moments of like grief and unexpected, and sometimes I'd be like, oh, if I was dating somebody, he'd probably be like, you are crazy, because I could just be sitting here and just tears would start falling on my face. So people are asking, like, how do you show up? Like, what do you do? What are some ways you can support without being too much? Or
step up, step back. You have to know when to step up. You be present first. Be present and know when to step up and know when to step back. You can't consistently be like, are you okay? And actually, you got to read, especially if you're a partner, you should know, if you've been with them for a while. But if it's kind of new, you have to read the room, as they say. You kind of identify where they are in that moment and kind of know when to step up and be supportive and step back and give them the space, because they may not want you all up under them at that moment. But I mean, that's how I would handle that.
Yeah. So I have a different perspective, because I feel like if you're dating a guy, you're usually dating for like 1 to 3 months, maybe 6 months. After 6 months, what the hell are we doing? Like, if you're dating him with intention, after 6 months, you might be in a relationship. So if it's under 6 months, you allow his friends to support him through that time. It is not your job to counsel him. You can be supportive, like drop off some food or listen to some stuff, but it is a red flag if your man does not have friends that he can rely on and they can support him during the time of grief. Like, why doesn't he have any friends?
Yeah, that's a good question. Now
I just want to know, like, if he doesn't have any close friends, if he can't sustain close, intimate, non-sexual relationships, I wonder then during that time, like, can you sustain a relationship with me?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so what if I'm saying, though, if you're present in that moment, because y'all still spending time, it's the holidays, y'all still spending time, and they're maybe going through something, then that's what I'm saying, in that moment that you're there, because the friends may not be there in that moment. So in that moment, you have to kind of know, read the room. But yeah, definitely should have someone, friends, family, that they can be able to lean on for the true support in that moment, yeah.
Yeah, definitely be supportive. I'll give you a hug, everything. But at the end of that conversation, I'm like, hey, did you call your bestie? Did you call your cousin so-and-so? Or who do you rely on when you need support? And if he goes, nobody, I can't talk to nobody.
Yeah, that do sound like crazy. That do sound like crazy.
I mean, it sounds crazy, but it also could be, I guess, somebody that's I don't want to say they don't have close friends, but they could be somebody that's just very private. And because I tend to be that way sometimes. I tend to be stubborn in the sense of not oversharing, and not in a sense because I'm scared of what somebody might say back to me, but I just don't like to burden other people sometimes. So it's a lot of times I handle things on my own. But I don't know. I mean, I guess it just could be a private thing, or it could just be, like you said, they don't have that group of people that they can rely on.
I think true friends, like true, like intimate friends, they want to step up and support you. Yes. They want to hear, hey, I know your dad passed. Let's go out to dinner. Like, if you don't give them that opportunity to show up in your life, why then would you give that to some guy you just met? Why would you make that his expectation?
Yeah.
And his role. If you bored and lonely and horny, say that, but you're not grieving. Like that's not what you want.
Try to give you a little sob story to get me over there out of my panties.
Because they got a worn out hole and a lonely heart. Oh no. But those are some great responses to that question. Just one of those questions that we got asked. The next question that they wanted to know: how soon did your partner meet the in-laws? And how soon should someone introduce their partner to their family?
When y'all say y'all in a relationship, why you bringing all these random men around to your people? Huh? How many dates you gonna bring over?
That's true. But you know how do people get at the holiday season? The people feel a little lonely.
Get excited.
You know, they feel
Magic
like, you know, they're asking about,
pajamas.
oh, you ain't got nobody to bring. You ain't got nobody to bring. And then you like dating for a few weeks and bringing somebody extra over to dinner because you feel like you don't want to get that question asked to you. I agree, Lamont, but the people are
I made the
desperado.
I would tell you, years ago, I made that mistake. I was just talking to this one guy, and he was like, oh, he couldn't fly home. So I was like, well, my family's going to be here. You can come. That's fine. Come on. We're taking family pictures. Guess who hops in the picture?
He did not. He did not.
The date was in the picture. That picture, to this day, is still on the stairs at my brother's house with that man who is not my husband.
Family photo.
And it's a family photo of an old date. And every time my husband goes to my brother's house, he goes, right? Don't take anybody you're dating. No, don't take them. Don't take them. Wait until you all are like, you're established and say, this is what we are. Other than that, you're bringing all these random men. I want to say another word, but you invite these random people to the holiday events, and it just makes you look like you are rushing things too fast.
Well, you don't need to be putting them in the family portrait. You know what I mean?
Definitely not.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
He need to be taking the photo. Use my phone real fast.
I would have been so gagged.
Look, yeah, I would step aside, please.
Or get on the end where we can crop you out. Like, don't you be up in the middle, up in the back, where we can't get you out of the picture if we need to crop this picture.
No.
It's so funny because in that picture, I think one of my other siblings and a sibling-in-law, they all did the same thing. They put in the dates, and nobody is married to those people. So I want to go break.
That's why you got to take two pictures. You got to go take two pictures always. You got to say, all right, let's take a big family one. You'd be like, all the spouses get out.
Yeah.
And then you do the family photo. That's what we do every time. We need that.
So let me ask you, how did you introduce him when you brought him?
This is somebody who I'm dating.
Oh, well, there you go, right there. This is a buddy of mine.
Not buddy. Buddy. On and T-Nail be going to events together. They don't just say this is my date or this is my friend. But they might think y'all sister wives though.
Ciao.
Yeah, he's just a buddy. Yeah.
Yeah, years ago that might have been a thing. Not no more, child. We are definitely sisters. But you know, that's what the old people said it. Oh, this is my good guy friend.
Mm-hmm.
This is my friend.
Good.
I mean, and the girls still do it because they love to say happy birthday to my homeboy. Because you know that's the new thing. Everybody's like, well, and that kind of leads to another proposition that we were talking about is, you know, we're dating nowadays. People are on this new wave of soft launching, and we're on this new wave of keeping everything private. You don't need to tell people you're in a relationship, and people don't need to know that you're in a relationship. So you see people that are, to me, displaying single lifestyle, but with someone, and then they post their partners. They're like, my bro, oh, this my homeboy. What y'all feel about that? Like the soft launch era and all these phases of introductions.
I think it's normal. I mean, I personally, you know, I feel like the Instagram thing makes everything just too amplified. Like, if you see me in person, I'm with my man. You know what I'm saying? But I don't have to post it on social media just so everybody can know that I have a person. I like the little soft launch stuff. I mean, if I want to post him on a little arm or something, let y'all know I'm dating. I don't see what the problem is, but if I see you in person, you know that I'm with my dude.
They didn't make it to social media till I know we've confirmed that I'm with you. And well, that's a whole nother subject, but we're together, like, you know, completely together, that we've had a conversation. We've sat down and said, we are working towards we are building a relationship. This is what we're doing. Because I don't want nobody questioning me, asking who is that and stuff. And I done tagged you, and then everybody going to your page. And then, no, I don't even want a glimpse of you. I don't even want your shoulder in the picture.
You're definitely not getting a tag from me. That's not what you're getting.
So I'm not even. It's nothing soft about it. It's just boom. It's when they see you, they'll know what it is.
I agree with you. you. I could like once you all established and it's been some time, you know, then you put that stuff on social media if you want to. If you want to. I don't think it's like I think social media gives us a lot of pressure that we have to share everything about our life. And I don't think people should be compelled to do that. I do think though, if you have been in a relationship, because I think this is weird, there are people who are married, like living together, raising children.
Yeah.
And there are no pictures of their significant other, but they post pictures of their dog.
Yeah.
They post pictures of their siblings, their friends, but nothing about your husband. I think
I wouldn't trust that person.
It's given, I'm single, I don't want you in my business. But if you can post a picture of the dog, you can post a picture of your husband.
For sure.
Husband, definitely. Oh God, that would be kind of cray to me.
That's it.
I know he's not surprised because then you have that happen to you.
There are tons of people I know who don't post pictures of their husbands on social media.
But to me, that says that you're leaving the door open for someone else, you know, an opportunity. You know, you don't want to come off as taken. You know, you still want people to see that you're a viable option.
Right. And I get some jobs, like a lot of people work in education, like they're extremely anti-gay. So if they were to post pictures of their husbands or their partners, they may, you know, lose their job or the parents might have an issue with it. So I get that. But again, if the dog can have a picture.
Agreed. And I always say it all, to me, it depends on the person too, because like, for instance, Vaughn doesn't post a lot. You're not getting a lot out of him anyway. So if he was to get with somebody, I wouldn't expect that. Me, on the other hand, if you follow me, if you're listening and you follow me and you're watching, you follow me, you know, I post my family. Like you said, I post the dogs. I post literally everything I post, I'm okay with posting. Like there's no like, oh, I need to put a smiley face on somebody's face. If I posted it, I'm okay with it. So if I'm dating somebody, I'm sure that I would hope that they don't mind me posting them after we're certain that we're together and we establish that. I introduce you to my family. I'm not going to scan the room and skip you on purpose. Like, that's just crazy. And to be vulnerable, but I got to be careful when I say this because he does support the show. It also leaves room for miscommunication and missed feelings because I've known a guy for almost 10 years. He was the first guy I ever went on a date with. He's older, about 10 years older than me. And first guy I ever went on a date with, I was younger. I was young. Communication fell off. We didn't work out. He lived in DC. I lived in Virginia. I moved to North Carolina. He still lives in DC. But he's had a partner for a long time. He never posts that he's in a relationship. He never posts his partner. He never posts anything about them, right? And I'm not saying anything's wrong with that, but it kind of put me in a place of confusion. Because for the longest, that was my man. And there was nothing anybody could do about it. And sometimes it's still my man now. We've gotten better at creating boundaries now that I've brought it up. I'm like, you know, and he puts me in check now. Sometimes, but sometimes I'd be like, am I in love with somebody else's man? And I don't even know who somebody else is.
He's created space for you to feel that way because one, he doesn't post his partner, and he allowed you to, if he had to get to the point to checking you, I mean, there was stuff preceding that before he checked you. So there were things that if he didn't check you out the gate, the first time you said anything, he left room for that. So yeah.
It's been a long journey with him.
And is he in an open relationship? Like, are they?
Lamont, I can't tell you. I know nothing. I know nothing.
As much as that,
like literally, Vaughn will tell you.
These are questions y'all need to be asking these men. Like,
but
hey,
I know
are you married? Are y'all in an open relationship? Does he know about this? Like, this is date one.
Oh, yeah.
Are you married? Is someone else claiming you? Do you live with somebody? Do you live with your ex-husband? Do you live with your current husband? Who's co-paying those bills over there?
Well, I did actually. He does live by himself. Well, him and his family, his immediate family. But yeah, I don't know anything. I told Vaughn, like, sometimes it's kind of scary because I'll be like, "Child, I could be in DC. If somebody walked up to me and punched me in my face, bitch, it could be his man, and I don't know."
You
And
posted
I
a
also
picture of
don't
my man
know.
on your social media. Who are you?
I don't know. Like sometimes I'd be like, Lord, I don't know who this man is. I'd be worried. But I'm doing better. I've learned how to retract, but still in love a little bit. But just wanted to bring that to the forefront. Keep me in your prayers. I'll see him in a few
Still
weeks.
in love is crazy.
See you in a few weeks for New Year, buddy.
Okay,
He's
we'll be in
gonna cut
DC.
me up. But no, seriously. Oh, a couple of the last questions that we do have is someone asks, how did you choose whose house to go over for the holidays? Do you go over your family's house or his family's house? How did y'all pick that when you were dating or in your marriage?
So for ours, it was a little easier because we adopted my husband's two nephews when they were very young, right? So when they were in middle school, that's when we took custody of them. So for the holidays, we like to get them to be around their blood side of the family. So
Gotcha.
Christmas, we're always up in Richmond because that's where my husband and his family is from. So for me, it was just easy. Like, let's take the kids to like their aunts, their uncles, and all that type of stuff.
Yeah. Gotcha. Fox?
Well, it was last relationship. So it was somewhat of a challenge. He lived in New York, so we commuted bi-monthly. So it was a lot of traveling. So when it came to holidays, his birthday was close to Thanksgiving, so Thanksgiving was there in New York because it was his birthday most times, and he would come here for my birthday, New Year's Eve, and come spend, so it was either Christmas here, Thanksgiving there. So, we kind of just made it work. We made it make sense. It made sense because his birthday was around, and he wanted to be around his family for Thanksgiving. So
yeah.
Oh,
that was
I really
nice.
didn't
Y'all
care
both had
either
it
way
easy.
because,
Oh.
I didn't.
Yeah, that's
Just like the holidays. I could do anything. I'm easy. I'm kind of easy. Like,
Yeah. Family is a big thing for me, child. So I don't know how that's gonna work for me. But hopefully, me and my spouse will have, a house together and we can just host and his family can come as well as mine. But I cook for my family. So right now I am like the main person that do the cooking during the holidays. So when I'm not there, a lot of times no cooking is happening. So hopefully I'll just be the host at some point when I have my
just have it at our house.
Mm-hmm.
Because otherwise, I don't know how we're gonna pick my family's everything. Like, hopefully, I meet a man that don't really fuck with his family like that. So it'll be easier. I'm gonna tell the truth. Okay, I'm hoping that he'd be like, "We ain't gotta go to my family house. Shit, we can go to yours." Okay, ain't bad.
I have a week.
Don't worry about it, boo.
Or hopefully their family lives close, so we can kind of still do, both. But if not, that's gonna be hard trying to decide.
Yes. Well, as we are wrapping up our holidays moments, we do have one more important question to ask you. But before we ask that question, we have a quick questionnaire for you two. It is no explanations. You cannot explain. It's either this or that. I'm going to let Von J take it over. And this is our favorite part of the show. I don't think you're ready for this jelly.
These are some very lighthearted questions. So we're gonna start with personal preference on Atlanta or DC. Either one, you can go first. It doesn't matter. You have an answer. Fox.
Atlanta.
I concur. Atlanta.
Mm-hmm. Sounds a little biased to me, Lamont, but next question: coffee or tea?
Tea.
Yeah.
I'm a coffee girl. I think we already asked this question. Your family or in-laws during the holiday, so not that. Quiet sex or loud sex?
Loud.
Moaning. In that loud sex, are we moaning or are we talking?
A combo.
We're talking.
I like talking.
A cheater or a thief?
Oh, don't steal my money.
Steal
my money. Take my money. That'll be the end of things. Okay. I can get over that. Don't steal my money.
Yeah.
Okay, so Thanksgiving or Christmas, preference on holidays.
I think Thanksgiving, even though it's a horrible holiday, it was created.
Bloody.
Yeah.
Christmas closer to my birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice. You're a Capricorn.
Yes.
I like Capricorns. Unfortunately, I have a mom, dad, and sister that are Capricorns, so I kind of had to like Capricorns. But we'll talk about that later. So, Atlanta Pride or Red Dress Run?
Red Dress Run.
The red dress run now, not the version of it 10 years ago. Yes, red dress now. Yes.
Tina, you have a question? Do you want to answer that question?
Do I want to answer that question?
Yeah, I want you to answer that question. I want to hear what your preference is. That's a hard one for you.
Can we add an option?
For DC Pride.
DC Pride all day. DC Pride every time. But if I had to pick out of those two, it'll be Red Dress Run. Every year I go. Year number 5 next year. Thanks.
Okay.
Yeah, can't wait to get there. But that's it for.
DC
Are you ready
Pride
for this
is
jelly? It
legendary,
seemed like y'all was ready, honey.
Yes.
You want to wrap
Thank
up
you.
with the last question,
Yes.
Tina?
So I'll wrap up with the last question. As Fox, you're dating at the moment as you are on DILFs and
No.
DILFs,
We're not
correct?
dating. I didn't. No.
Oh, clarify.
No. That was TV.
Oh.
That was TV.
Okay, so what is your current relationship status?
I'm available between the hours of 9 p.m. and 1 a.m. Single and available between those hours. Well, no,
those are fucking hours.
7 p.m. tonight. Huh?
Those is fucking hours.
I was gonna say nothing open but legs at that time. We love to see it.
Wait, I remember the episode. I remember the episode of Uncle NOLA. And I cannot tell if it was you or I can't remember the other. I want to say it's David. One of you guys were talking about an open relationship. Was that you or was that him?
Oh no, that was Del Rio. So Del Rio is
okay.
him and his partner are in a open relationship. Del Rio doesn't believe in monogamy.
Yes.
So he's in an open relationship, and his partner both agree to that, and they, So they had a conversation, and that's something they both agreed to.
Okay, so you just got off the house because you need your rest and you got other stuff to do.
I don't want to be bothered. I'm trying to focus on the things that I need to focus on, and I know that right now, if I'm in a relationship, because I prioritize my relationships. So if I'm in a partnership with someone that I feel that I'm trying to build something, I'm going to prioritize that. So I don't have space right now for that. So I'm not going to create that atmosphere and lure someone into the expectation or belief that it's going in that direction. So I'm not available between the relationship hours during the day and going on dates and all that. I'm not available during those hours.
Gotcha.
I'm working on me. I have things I need to do for me. Now, if you want to see me after dark and, and have a drink and
wrestle naked.
Yes.
Wrestle naked. That's the new term. Wrestle naked. Yes.
Yes.
Get us a shirt that says wrestle
We can
naked.
do that.
Yeah.
And we could wrestle naked on the side.
Which side? Right
left
side
or
or left
right?
side?
Both.
Ain't nobody paying nobody.
But no, I just was asking as a lead up because the question was, in what ways have you seen dating evolve essentially in the last, we could say 10 years? Even you as a dating coach and you dating, it's a lot that can happen. Not even just positions, communication, social media. What are some of the key things that you see that has changed, and what is your advice to people that are single during this time of year?
One thing I would say is communication is the biggest thing. I mean, I find a lot of people can talk and talk a lot of shit until it's time to communicate with their partner. They can get on social media, go live and say everything under the sun. But when it's time to sit down with their partner and have an honest conversation, they go on mute. So the communication, because I'm big on communication, I will talk a hole in your head. I've had, because I've worked in counseling and stuff, working that field, I've had partners be like, I'm not one of your patients. And I was like, no, but when I say, because I know people, everyone doesn't listen to understand. So when I ask, what did you hear? Because I could have said something and you heard something completely different. So I always ask, well, what did you hear? Because I hate when I'm going to say, oh, okay. After I said something, oh, okay. Well, what was the okay? Well, what did you hear? Because I don't know what you received. So, I'm just big on communication. So communication is key for me.
Yeah. I like that. I think dating has changed within the last 10 years. I think there are more role models or examples of how gay men court, date, and can get married. Because like gay marriage, 15 years ago was not around. There was no, that was not an option for gay men. So now it is. So I think that's the biggest difference. I think if you are going to date during our holidays, be your authentic self. Stop putting this fake facade representative. No, eventually they're gonna find out who you are and break up with you.
Ain't gonna take long.
So I'm not saying spill all your guts on the first date, but show them your most authentic self, because that allows the person to say, yes, I want to move forward, or no, you are not my cup of tea, right? So I say that. And also I would say be intentional about dating. And when you're being intentional, you are trying to court, woo the other person. You're trying to get to know the person. You're asking, what type of relationship do you want? What type of marriage do you want? What are your hopes? What are your fears? What are your dreams? That's going to let you know if you're compatible with someone. But if you just gone with the flow and just kicking it, guess what? You're gonna have a worn out hole and a lonely heart.
A lonely heart.
And a lonely heart.
Yes. Another thing I want to say to that, the number one thing I tell all the kids when they come up under me, I say, don't go in saying what you don't like. I think that's the worst thing you can do, because then the person is going to create who you. If I say I don't like X, Y, and Z, so now those are things that I like, that I enjoy doing. You told me you don't like, so now I'm going to conceal that, hide who I am and stuff like that to be who you want to be. So I'm going to present this person who you said you wanted. Now I'm going to hide all those things, So don't go in the door saying that. Give the person an opportunity to show you who they are and tell you who they are, and then you can make an honest decision and say yes, this, no, that. And kind of weigh your options out.
Yeah. And I'm glad you said that, because as I know we're closing, but as you say that, all I can think about in his show, and I'm gonna say this for the people that's watching and listening, when he said, what is your body type? That is not a playground to say what you don't like, girls. If you don't like, in the words of Lamont, if you don't like the pandas and the bears and the cubs, honey, you don't gotta say that. You could just say, I'm into. But when you say, I don't like big people because they don't brush their teeth and they're lazy, we just don't do well.
I don't have class. They don't have class.
They don't have class. Or you say we have to have these double standards. Oh, I don't really care for big men, but I'll make an exception if they got swag, aka money, and dress well. I'm not stupid. So if you are out there listening, it pertains in so many ways. Because at the end of the day, this is still ThiqueTalk Podcast. So to my pandas and my bears, in the words of Lamont, honey, this is your season to shine, but don't just shine for right now, maybe. Make sure they are looking for somebody that's going to let that light be on all year long.
Okay.
Not just during cuddle season, not just doing, let me give me a big man so I could be warm. It ain't cute. It ain't cute. Half y'all are Ozempic anyway. By next year, you'll be small. Cut it out. Let it go. Do better.
Well, I like to stay warm all year long, so.
Hello, we love to hear it. But thank you guys for joining. We are not done, because the last part of this show is a part that usually stumps the people and gives the people a big headache, and that is Thique Quest. As we wrap it up, I want our production to get ready for our questions. It is a quick game of questions, and tonight's Thique Quest is based around rom-coms. So these questions are for our guests, and if you can answer it, hopefully one of us will. I'll let Vaughn take over and ask you all the questions.
Oh, perf. So our first question is what should the 90% 10% rule be applied to according to Hitch?
I don't know.
Neither do I.
Yeah.
Do you know?
No, I have no
It's
idea.
been a while since I watched Hitch. I
Yeah, a
don't
very
remember.
long time. I feel like
Kissing.
kissing.
It should be
In what
90%.
way?
Or is it
Oh,
90%
leaning
lip?
in, I believe. Is it?
Like
What?
90% lip, 10% tongue.
I think so. If I'm not mistaken, I gotta Google that really quick while we get to the next question.
I like
Yeah, I
more
haven't.
tongue.
Okay.
Okay,
Give
please.
me a little
I
more
like
tongue
more
action,
tongue.
please.
Now watch it. It'd be a little
Okay.
wet.
Next question. We're going to assign this to somebody. Okay, so first question was just in the air. This question to Fox. In Deliver Us from Eva, what food did Ray have to eat that separates the boys from the men? Oh, I remember this. I'm gonna give you a hint. Eva made this dish at the cookout.
I'm trying to flash back. She didn't
This
make
one-
the mac and cheese, did
Mm-mm.
No. Oh,
Spicy baked beans. They already put the
Oh.
hint
The
up
baked
there.
beans.
yes.
And to
Okay.
clarify, it was from Hitch. 90% lean in. Let her do the rest.
I thought that's
Oh.
what it was.
So, how did it work with two men?
I guess the submissive one is.
No, 50-50. 50-50.
Yeah. Okay.
What if they both masculine though? That's 100.
If you want it, go for it. That's it. I don't care what Yeah.
I'm going all the way, 100.
Okay.
Give me
I
100.
have no problem in that field.
Okay.
We know. We learned earlier. Next question, people. This is for you, Lamont. This black rom-com has 3 movies and a mini-series.
And a miniseries. It's a romantic comedy. Is that a rom-com?
Yep,
Yeah.
black rom-com.
Yes.
Is it a Tyler Perry one? Do I get a hint? Do I get a hint?
We need a hint from production. Production, can we have a hint,
I
please?
think this is. Ain't this Best Man? Or is it Why Did I Get Married? I think it's Best Man.
Best Man.
The Best Man. Okay.
I haven't even seen the series. I need to watch the series.
I haven't watched all of the movies, so I can't, say on that.
Those have the best album tracks. Oh my God. Best Man Holiday will have you in tears. I'll be loving you.
I don't want to be in tears.
Next question, please.
Okay, bonus question. We're at the bonus question already? Let's just go with it.
These got for 2.
In hopes of winning Dr. Tunde back, Jasmine flew 8,000 miles for him to examine blank.
Movie is Fat Girls.
Yeah, the movie is Fat Girls.
Oh,
With
with
Monique.
Monique and yes.
Mhm.
Yeah. What do they do?
What kind of doctor was he?
Oh, the girls gotta get up on that rom-com this season.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and watch some of these because I really don't.
Her
Her fingernail.
Yes.
I don't remember what kind of doctor he was.
Because remember
but
the ring? She was,
it was her fingernail.
I thought it was her vagina, but I kept my mouth closed.
I thought you say that, but then I was like, oh, he's a podiatrist, maybe.
Oh.
Okay, so
Name
Lamont,
2.
go ahead.
I have no idea. It was not
The
a
question
horror
says
movie.
name 2 of the
or
black
like
four
Game of
black
Thrones,
rom-coms: Morris Chestnut and
sci-fi.
Gabrielle Union.
This is
Oh,
not
This is easy.
category.
Gabrielle Union and Morris Chestnut.
Again, this is not my category. If it was like sci-fi horror movies, I got you, friend. Rom-com,
Noted.
Sorry.
Lamont is not a rom-com guy.
sorry. I would lose.
The dating coach is not a rom-com guy. Gag.
I do it 9 to 5.
Okay. Between them 9
Fox.
hours of 9 to 5.
Turn it
Fox,
off.
don't let me down, Fox. Steal the question, Fox. Come on, Fox.
This is
Ooh,
hard for
yeah.
me, actually. I can't even think what
That's the second one.
rom-coms they're in together.
One of them, he have an afro or something.
Oh, the one where one of them was so it's Deliver Us from Evil. But is that the one? Wait, what's her name? And she was the friend that helped everybody, that directed everybody
I
on
knew
being
Thique
the
could play that
guys.
game.
Yes,
The Perfect
that's
Holiday.
yeah.
Add these to my list.
I've never
to
seen The
watch.
Brothers.
Me either. I don't think I've seen any of those movies other than Two Can Play That Game.
Perfect Holiday was good.
Oh yeah, that was new. That was like a couple years ago, right?
I don't know.
I think
But
that wraps
no.
up the Thique Quest, though. I think I don't think we have any more questions. Who won? I don't think anyone won. We didn't really know much about rom-coms. Clearly,
Epically failed.
I think we have to go back and
Yeah.
notate some of these black rom-coms that we can go back and actually look at,
Yeah.
and get up to speed on these, because I definitely forgot about a lot of those movies.
We'll have to drop some clips on the page in the next week, like over the next week, some rom-com clips to help the people get acclimated. But yeah, no, that is it for episode 4. Holidates with TikTok Podcast, T-Nail Von J, the Fox, and the gay dating coach, Lamont White. Before we close, we always ask our guests, is there anything you want to say to the audience or to us to wrap this episode up? And once again, this is TikTok Podcast. Thank y'all for coming.
Thank you for having me back on season 2. Hope everybody has a great holiday. Don't let people pressure you into getting into a relationship until you're ready. Okay, do it on your own time. Don't wait too long. Okay, don't wait too long.
Well, thank you for having me as well. I appreciate it. Hey, enjoy life. That's all I'm gonna say. Enjoy life. Whatever it is, however you're feeling during these holidays, you definitely don't feel pressure to spend the holidays with one. Love on yourself, treat yourself good during the holidays. Self-love is the best gift you can give yourself right about now. So yeah, enjoy yourself. You just enjoy life. Yeah. And outtv.com for the Love of Dilf season 3. Go check it out.
Definitely gotta watch it. Definitely.
Yes.
Von J, anything you want to say to our guests or to the audience?
Thank you for coming. Thank you for actually putting forth an effort and being here and accommodating to our schedules and your schedules. This was great. I've enjoyed both of you. I will definitely be going to download that For the Love of Dilfs. I haven't really gotten into that yet. I did see the little preview, so I'm excited. I'm glad that you was able to make it here with us, and looking forward to future endeavors with us.
Yes, I had a great time.
And I say to both of you, thank you again for joining. Thank you for just being a part of the journey. Every time somebody's able to participate, it doesn't always have to be money. It doesn't have to always be something. But thank you for being participants and joining. And to not only you, Fox, but to the uncles of NOLA, thank you guys for supporting. And thank you guys for doing what you do, because I enjoy your podcast as well. And I love when y'all do a visual clip so I can see their faces, because sometimes them accents get a little thick and I don't know who talking sometimes.
Yeah.
But I love the podcast. So thank you. And Lamont, you know how much I love you, sweet. So the next time you're in Richmond, you let me know so I can make sure y'all get some good treatment in one of our family spots. And hopefully next August, if we're in New Orleans together, we can have a shot or a drink during Red Dress Run next year. Because I will be there celebrating my 30th. And to our audience, it is the ending of episode 4. It is ThiqueMas. It is TikTok Podcast. So make sure if you don't take nothing else from tonight, you remember to stay away from the foolishness, because you never want to end up on the left or the right, or with a lonely heart and a loose hoe, honey. It won't be good. But always keep in mind to keep it real and keep it thick and keep it cute, because we'll see you in a few weeks in Washington, D.C. for our show live. The grand finale of season 2 is coming to you soon. Watch the page, and for now, follow, like, and share with your favorite hosts, T-Nail, Von J, guest host, The Fox, and Lamont White. Talk to you later. See you next week.
Mm-hmm.